All right, let's dive in. Today, we're tackling AI safety, and we've got a pretty hefty report to guide us, the International AI Safety Report 2025. It's a collaborative effort, which is awesome. We've got big names like Google DeepMind, Meta, Microsoft, you name it. They've all come together to give us a, well, sort of snapshot of where AI is headed and the potential bumps in the road.
And what's really interesting is that this report, it's not about, trying to dictate policy or anything like that. It's more about providing policymakers, and all of us really, with a clear-eyed view of AI's trajectory, both the good and the bad, the exciting and the potentially concerning aspects.
Right. It's about giving us the information we need to make informed decisions about how we want to shape the future of AI. So no doom and gloom here, right? Just a level-headed assessment of what we're dealing with.
Exactly. It's about understanding the landscape and identifying the potential pitfalls so we can navigate them effectively.
Okay, so big picture. Where is AI headed? What are the big takeaways from this report?
Well, one thing that really stood out to me is that the report lays out a framework for understanding the entire life cycle of an AI system.
A life cycle. Okay, I'm intrigued.
Think of it like raising a child. First, you give them access to tons of information, right? Books, experiences, the whole world. For AI, that's the pre-training phase, where it gobbles up massive amounts of data. This builds the foundation for everything that comes next.
Okay, so it's like AI preschool. We're feeding the AI brain with all the knowledge it needs to grow up big and strong.
Exactly. And just like with a child, this early stage is crucial for development. The quality of the data that goes into pre-training can have a huge impact on the AI's capabilities and behaviors down the line.
Right, garbage in, garbage out, as they say. So what's the next stage in this AI upbringing?
That would be fine-tuning. Refining the AI's skills and knowledge. It's like giving a student practice problems and feedback, helping them get really good at specific tasks.
So it's like sending our AI kid to specialized classes, maybe math camp or coding boot camp. We're honing their skills for the real world.
Exactly. And then finally, graduation day arrives. That's deployment, where the AI is released to interact with real-world applications.
Okay, so our AI kid is all grown up and ready to get a job. They're out there solving problems, making decisions, hopefully making the world a better place.
Hopefully. But here's the thing. Each stage of this AI life cycle has its own set of unique risks.
Oh, I bet.
So it's not just about the final product, the deployed AI. We need to be thinking about the risks at every step of the way, from the data we use to the way we train the AI.
Exactly. It's a holistic approach to AI safety, and the report really emphasizes that.
So the stakes are high from day one. We need to be thinking about the ethical implications, the potential for bias, the unintended consequences, all of that.
Absolutely. And the report doesn't shy away from that. It dives into those issues in detail.
Okay, well, I'm ready to dive in. Give me the lowdown on what we're up against. Okay, first off, let's talk about resources. The report reveals the sheer scale of investment in AI right now. It's mind-blowing. It's projected that by 2027, just the pre-training phase, that initial data gobbling stage, could exceed $1 billion for some AI models.
Whoa, $1 billion just to get the AI student enrolled in preschool? That's a serious commitment.
It is, and it shows just how much faith we're putting in AI. It's seen as a game changer, and companies are willing to invest big.
Makes sense, but it also raises the stakes, right? If we're pouring that much money into AI development, we better make sure we're doing it right.
Absolutely. We need to be responsible stewards of this technology, and that means taking safety seriously.
Okay, so $1 billion preschool, that's one takeaway. What else is the report highlighting?
Well, another big takeaway is the sheer speed of AI development. It's happening at an incredible pace. Just look at GPT-4, for example.
Oh, yeah, the language model that can write poetry and code and, well, pretty much anything you ask it to.
Exactly. In a little over a year, its accuracy on PhD-level science questions shot up from 33% to 70%.
Wow. That's like going from failing high school science to acing a college-level exam in the blink of an eye.
It is. And it shows just how rapidly these systems are learning.
Okay, so AI is getting smarter, faster. That's both exciting and a bit intimidating.
It is. But it's not just about answering science questions. AI agents are now doing things autonomously. That used to be the exclusive domain of humans. They're browsing the web, writing software, even tackling cybersecurity challenges.
So AI is catching up to us in areas we thought were uniquely human. That's both amazing and a bit unnerving, I have to say.
It is. And it raises a lot of questions about the future of work and the role of humans in a world where AI is becoming increasingly capable.
Right. If AI can do everything we can do, only faster and cheaper, what does that mean for us? It's a big question, and one we'll need to grapple with as AI continues to evolve.
Absolutely. But before we get too deep into those existential questions, let's break down what's driving this rapid progress in AI.
Okay, I'm all ears.
It comes down to three key factors. First, we're throwing more computing power at these problems. The computing power used for AI training has been doubling roughly every 6 months since the early 2010s.
Whoa, so it's like Moore's Law on steroids? The hardware is getting more powerful faster?
Exactly. And that's enabling us to train larger and more complex AI models. The second factor is the data. The data sets we're using to train AI are getting exponentially larger.
Right, we're living in the age of big data. Everything we do online, everything we say, everything we buy, it's all being collected and used to train AI.
It is. And that's giving AI systems a much richer understanding of the world and of human behavior.
Okay, so more computing power, more data. What's the third factor?
The algorithms themselves, the algorithms we're using to train AI, are becoming more efficient at learning from that data.
So it's like we're giving AI bigger brains, better textbooks, and faster learning abilities all at once.
Exactly. And that's a recipe for rapid progress.
Okay, so rapid progress is great, but it's not without its risks. The report mentions malicious use as a serious concern, right?
It is. And this is where things start to get a bit unsettling. AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Right, a hammer can build a house or it can break a skull.
Exactly. And the report dives into how malicious actors could weaponize AI.
Okay, let's hear it. What are the AI campfire stories that are keeping you up at night?
Well, one of the biggest red flags is the ability to generate fake content on a massive scale. We're talking about AI churning out fake news articles, fabricated images, manipulated videos, all designed to sway public opinion.
Wow, that's chilling. So instead of shady figures in basements,
Yeah.
we might have AI bots creating and spreading disinformation.
Exactly. And what's even more concerning is that AI can produce this content at an alarmingly low cost and with incredible sophistication.
So we could be flooded with fake news. That's practically indistinguishable from the real thing.
That's the worry. And studies have shown that AI-generated content can be just as persuasive as human-generated content.
Okay, that's seriously unsettling. So not only can AI create fake news, it can create fake news that people actually believe.
It's a real risk and one we need to be prepared for.
And this malicious use isn't just limited to disinformation, right?
You're right. The report also highlights the potential for AI to be used in cyber attacks.
So instead of hackers in hoodies, we might have AI bots breaking into systems and stealing sensitive data.
While AI isn't ready to replace human hackers on the toughest challenges, it's getting better at finding vulnerabilities and carrying out attacks.
Okay, so we've got AI-powered disinformation campaigns and AI-enhanced cyber attacks. This is starting to sound like a dystopian science fiction film.
It does, but it's important to remember that these are real risks and ones we need to address now.
Right, we can't just bury our heads in the sand and hope it all goes away.
Exactly. We need to be proactive, not reactive.
Okay, so proactive AI safety. Where do we even begin?
You know, as we were talking about those risks, I realized something. The report doesn't just, list out potential problems. It actually dives into how we can manage them. And that's pretty encouraging.
Okay, good. We need solutions, not just a list of potential disasters.
Right. It's not all doom and gloom. The report emphasizes a defense in-depth approach.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like layers of security. You know how we do this with nuclear safety and infectious disease control. No single method is foolproof. So we need multiple layers of protection working together.
Backup plans for our backup plans. Makes sense, especially with something as powerful and complex as AI.
Right, exactly. You need a safety net.
So what kinds of protective measures are we talking about here?
So the report outlines a range of tools and strategies. For example, red teaming, which basically means deliberately trying to break AI systems to identify vulnerabilities.
So it's like having an ethical hacker poke around and try to find weaknesses before the bad guys do.
Exactly. You got to find the weak spots before they do.
Smart. So what else is in this AI safety toolkit?
And there's adversarial training. It's kind of like giving AI systems a crash course in recognizing attacks and defending against them.
Training the AI to be its own security guard.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I like it. So it's like we're being proactive, not just reactive.
Right, exactly. And to add to those defenses, the report highlights a new initiative called the AI Safety Benchmark.
Interesting. Tell me more about that.
Well, it's designed to assess the safety risks of AI systems in real-world scenarios.
So it's like a standardized safety test that all AI systems have to pass before they're allowed out into the world.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's about setting some ground rules and making sure that AI systems meet certain safety standards.
Okay, I can see how that would be important, especially as AI gets more powerful and integrated into our lives. But, even with all these safeguards, I can't help but wonder, given how fast AI is developing, will it be enough? Can we really keep up?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
AI capabilities are advancing so rapidly. Can our risk management efforts evolve at the same pace?
It's like a race against time.
It is, and that's where things get even more interesting, because the report goes beyond just technical fixes.
Okay, I'm all ears.
One of the things that surprised me was the sheer breadth of expertise involved in creating this report. It wasn't just computer scientists and AI researchers.
Really? Who else was involved?
They brought in people from all sorts of fields: ethics, law, economics, psychology.
Wow. So it's like they created a think tank
Yep.
of experts from all walks of life to figure out how to make AI safe for humanity.
Exactly. And having that diversity of voices is crucial because it helps us identify potential blind spots and come up with more comprehensive solutions.
It's like if you only ask engineers how to make AI safe, you're going to get a very different answer than if you also ask philosophers, social scientists, and everyday people what they think.
Right. Different perspectives are so important.
So it's not just about building better AI, it's about building better systems around AI. Systems that take into account the human and societal factors.
You've got it. It's a two-pronged approach.
Makes sense.
So on the technical side, for example, the report highlights some promising new developments in explainable AI.
Explainable AI, what's that?
Well, it's all about making AI's decision-making processes more transparent and understandable to humans.
So instead of just spitting out an answer, the AI can show its work, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like giving us a peek behind the curtain.
I like that because if we don't understand how AI is making decisions, how can we trust those decisions, right?
Right. Trust is a big issue with AI.
And it's not just about trust, it's about accountability too. If something goes wrong, we need to be able to trace it back to the source and figure out how to fix it.
Exactly. Explainable AI gives us that ability.
So it's like having a window into the black box of AI.
That's a great analogy. And the report also discusses efforts to standardize assessment and mitigation approaches for AI risks.
Yeah.
Which I think is really important.
Standardization.
Yeah, because if everyone's using the same playbook, so to speak, it's much easier to compare results, share best practices, and work together to improve AI safety overall.
Right. It's like having a common language and a shared set of tools.
Exactly. And speaking of working together, the report really stresses the importance of international collaboration on AI safety.
Well, that makes sense. Because this isn't just a national issue, it's a global issue.
Exactly. AI doesn't respect borders.
And the choices we make in one country can have ripple effects around the world.
That's right. So we need to be working together to establish global norms and standards for AI safety.
So it's like we're all in this together. We need to figure out how to steer this powerful technology in a direction that works for humanity as a whole.
That's a great way to put it. And the report concludes this section with a powerful reminder. The future of AI is not predetermined. A wide range of trajectories are possible, and much will depend on the choices we make today.
Okay, that's both a sobering and empowering thought. It's like we're standing at a crossroads.
We are. We have the power to choose the path we want to take.
But with that power comes a tremendous responsibility.
Absolutely. And the report provides some valuable insights into how to approach this responsibility with wisdom and foresight.
Okay, so give us the cheat sheet. What are the key takeaways that can help us guide our choices and ensure a positive future for AI?
One of the most important is the need for a multi-stakeholder approach.
A multi-stakeholder approach, what does that look like?
It means bringing everyone to the table who has a stake in AI's future. Governments, industry leaders, researchers, ethicists, and, of course, the public. Everyone needs to have a voice.
So it's about creating a dialogue that includes all the different perspectives.
Exactly. It's about fostering collaboration and collective responsibility.
Makes sense because AI is going to affect all of us.
Right. And the report highlights some encouraging examples of multi-stakeholder initiatives that are already underway, like the Partnership on AI and the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence.
Those sound promising.
They are. These groups are bringing together people from all over the world to discuss the challenges and opportunities of AI and to find ways to work together to ensure a beneficial future.
So it seems like there's a growing recognition that AI safety is too important to be left to any one group.
Absolutely. It's a global issue that requires a global response.
Okay, so we've talked about governments, industry leaders, researchers, but what about the role of individuals? Can everyday people like our listeners make a difference?
Absolutely. You, our listeners, have a crucial role to play.
All right, listeners, I'm ready to take notes. What can we do?
Well, first of all, stay informed about developments in AI. Read articles, listen to podcasts like this one, follow experts on social media,
Okay, stay informed. Check.
and then participate in public consultations on AI policy. A lot of governments are seeking input from citizens on how AI should be regulated.
So make our voices heard. Got it.
And support organizations that are working on AI safety. There are lots of nonprofits and research groups dedicated to making AI safer and more beneficial.
Okay, put our money where our mouth is. Support the good guys.
Exactly. And finally, don't be afraid to advocate for responsible AI development. Talk to your friends and family about these issues. Write to your elected officials. Share your thoughts online.
So it's about educating ourselves, making our voices heard, and supporting the organizations that are working to make AI safer for everyone.
Precisely. We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
Okay, I like that. It's empowering. We're not just passive bystanders. We can actually make a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of making a difference, the report doesn't shy away from acknowledging the tough decisions that policymakers face when it comes to regulating AI.
Regulation. That's a tricky subject.
It is. AI regulation is a complex and evolving landscape. And the report provides a really helpful overview of different approaches, from voluntary guidelines to more stringent legal frameworks.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Exactly. The right approach will probably vary depending on the context
Yeah.
and the potential risks involved.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do policymakers actually go about regulating AI? What kind of tools do they have?
While the report discusses a range of options,
Yeah.
including things like pre-deployment testing, auditing, and monitoring.
So it's like creating a safety net for AI, making sure that systems are thoroughly tested and evaluated before they're released into the wild.
Exactly. It's about putting safeguards in place.
And then continuously monitoring to make sure everything's running smoothly.
Right. And the report really stresses the importance of ongoing evaluation and adaptation. Because as AI evolves, so too will the risks. And our regulatory frameworks need to be flexible enough to keep pace.
So it's not about creating a static set of rules. It's about creating a dynamic system of governance.
You got it. The report calls it agile governance.
Agile governance. I like that. It implies a proactive and responsive approach.
It does. We need to be as nimble and adaptable as AI itself.
Okay, agile governance, check. But who gets to decide what these rules and regulations should be? Is it just a bunch of experts and policymakers making decisions behind closed doors?
That's where the report gets even more interesting. It really underscores the importance of public engagement in the AI governance process.
Public engagement. Okay, why is that so important?
Because ultimately, it's the public who will be most affected by the decisions that are made about AI.
Right, we're the ones who are going to be living with the consequences.
We are. So we should all have a say in how it unfolds.
Okay, I'm on board with that. But how do we actually make AI governance more inclusive and representative?
Well, the report offers some really interesting ideas. Things like citizen assemblies, where randomly selected groups of citizens come together to deliberate on policy issues, or deliberative polling, where people are given information about a topic and then engage in facilitated discussions before expressing their opinions.
So it's about giving people the information they need and the opportunity to have their voices heard.
Exactly. And online platforms could be used to gather feedback and input from a much wider range of people than traditional methods allow.
Okay, so there are lots of ways to make AI governance more democratic and transparent.
There are, and the report really stresses the importance of exploring those options.
So it's not just about the experts making all the calls.
Not at all. It's about bringing the public into the conversation.
Okay, I'm convinced public engagement is crucial, but why is it so essential?
Because it's not just about building trust in AI. It's about ensuring that AI is developed and used in ways that align with societal values.
So it's not just about making AI safe, it's about making AI work for everyone.
You got it. And the report highlights the importance of what it calls value-sensitive design.
Value-sensitive design. That sounds intriguing.
It's about embedding ethical considerations into the design process from the very beginning.
So it's not just about fixing problems after they arise. It's about anticipating potential harms and designing AI systems in a way that minimizes those harms.
Exactly. It's about building safety features into the car, before it even leaves the factory.
Great analogy. I'm getting the picture. So we need to be thinking about ethics, not as an afterthought, but as an integral part of the AI development process.
Right. And the report discusses various frameworks and methodologies for value-sensitive design, like the ethics canvas and the moral machine.
Okay, those sound like useful tools.
They are. They can help developers and policymakers think through the ethical implications of their choices.
Okay, so we're making progress. We're moving beyond just talking about AI safety and actually putting those principles into practice. But there's one piece of the puzzle I'm still curious about. Who are the people actually building this technology? Who are the minds behind the AI revolution?
That's a really important question, and one the report addresses head-on. It stresses the importance of diversity and inclusion in the AI workforce.
Diversity and inclusion. Okay, how does that tie into AI safety?
Well, if the people building AI don't represent the diversity of the population, then it's more likely that AI systems will reflect existing biases and inequalities.
It's like that old saying, garbage in, garbage out. If the data and the people building AI are biased, then the output will be biased too.
Exactly. And the report highlights various initiatives aimed at increasing diversity and inclusion in the AI field, such as mentorship programs, scholarships, and outreach to underrepresented communities.
Sounds like we're moving in the right direction.
We are. It's about creating a more equitable and inclusive AI ecosystem.
But beyond the moral imperative, is there a practical reason why diversity is so crucial in the AI field?
Absolutely. A more diverse AI workforce will lead to more innovative and impactful AI solutions.
Makes sense. Different perspectives can spark creativity and lead to breakthroughs that wouldn't be possible otherwise.
Exactly. It's about tapping into the full potential of human ingenuity.
Okay, so diversity and inclusion, check. What else does the report emphasize?
The need for education and public awareness when it comes to AI.
Education. Okay, tell me more about that. Why is AI literacy so important?
Because if people don't understand how AI works,
Sure.
they're more likely to fear it or misuse it.
So it's about demystifying AI, right? Making it less of a black box
Yeah.
and empowering people to engage with it in a thoughtful and informed way.
Exactly. And the report discusses various strategies for AI education, from incorporating AI concepts into school curricula to creating public awareness campaigns.
It's about giving people the knowledge and skills they need to navigate this rapidly changing world.
Exactly. And the report doesn't shy away from highlighting the need for greater investment in AI education and outreach.
So it's not enough to just focus on the technical aspects of AI safety. We need to make sure that everyone understands the societal implications.
Absolutely. The ethical considerations, the potential risks and benefits. AI is not just a technology. It's a force that is shaping the future of humanity.
And that future depends on the choices we make today.
Exactly. So are we up to the challenge? Are we doing enough to ensure that AI benefits humanity and leads us towards a brighter future?
That's the question we all need to be asking ourselves.
It is. And it leads us into the final part of this report, where we explore some of the most thought-provoking and potentially unsettling aspects of AI's future.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground. AI safety nets, global collaboration, even AI preschool. But the report doesn't stop there, does it? It goes deep into some pretty mind-bending scenarios about the future of AI.
Yeah, it does. This last section is where things get really interesting. We're moving from those broad risks to very specific concerns. It's like, we've talked about the potential for AI to be misused. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of what that might actually look like.
Okay, color me intrigued. Give me the AI version of spooky campfire stories.
Well, one example that really stood out to me is the concept of loss of control scenarios. Imagine a future where AI systems become so advanced, so autonomous, that they operate beyond human oversight.
Whoa!
And we have no clear way to regain control.
Okay, that's definitely spooky. But the report is suggesting this isn't just science fiction, right? This is something we need to seriously consider.
It's definitely a possibility we need to be prepared for, especially given how fast AI is developing now. The report isn't saying it's inevitable, but it stresses the importance of being proactive and putting safeguards in place to prevent such scenarios.
So it's not about AI turning evil. It's about AI becoming so complex, so independent that we no longer understand it or have the ability to control it.
Exactly. It's like we're creating these incredibly powerful tools, but we need to make sure we don't lose the instruction manual.
Right, because if we lose the instruction manual, we might not be able to fix it when it breaks.
Or even understand what's broken in the first place.
And that's a pretty scary thought.
It is. And the report delves into this concept of emergent behavior in AI.
Emergent behavior. Okay, that sounds ominous.
It's the idea that as AI systems become more complex,
Yeah.
more interconnected, they might start to exhibit behaviors that weren't explicitly programmed or anticipated by their creators.
Okay, now that's both fascinating and a little terrifying. So it's like the AI could develop a mind of its own and start doing things we didn't expect.
It's not necessarily about AI becoming conscious or developing intentions of its own. It's more about the potential for unforeseen consequences.
Unforeseen consequences. So what, like the AI decides to solve climate change?
Well, that would be a good unforeseen consequence.
True. But it could also go the other way, right?
Right. It could lead to unintended and potentially harmful consequences.
It's like we're opening Pandora's box. We don't know what we're going to find inside.
And we might not be able to put everything back in once it's out.
Okay, so emergent behavior. Another AI campfire story to keep me up at night. But how do we even prepare for something as unpredictable as that?
Well, the report emphasizes the importance of careful monitoring and evaluation of AI systems, especially as they become more sophisticated and interconnected.
So it's like we need to keep a watchful eye on these AI systems and be ready to step in if something unexpected happens.
Exactly. It's like having a smoke detector. Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Makes sense, but monitoring alone won't solve the problem, right?
Right. We also need to invest heavily in AI safety research. We need to deepen our understanding of the potential risks and develop robust strategies for mitigating those risks.
Okay, so more research is needed. What specifically should we be focusing on?
The report highlights some specific areas where research is particularly needed, like AI alignment, robustness, and explainability.
Alignment, robustness, explainability. Break those down for me.
So AI alignment is about making sure AI systems are aligned with human values.
So the AI is working towards our goals, not against them.
Right. And robustness is about making sure AI systems are reliable, that they don't break easily, that they can handle unexpected situations.
We want our AI to be tough, not fragile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then explainability, we've talked about that before. It's about making sure we can understand how AI systems are making decisions.
So we're not just blindly trusting the AI, we can actually see the reasoning behind its choices.
Exactly. And all of these areas require more research, more funding, more brain power.
Right, because we can't just hope for the best. We need to be actively working to make AI safer.
Absolutely. And the report also stresses the importance of international cooperation on AI safety.
Makes sense, because this is a global issue.
It is. We can't solve this alone. We need all hands on deck, working together as a global community.
Just like with climate change, right?
Exactly. And the report highlights some encouraging examples of international collaboration, like the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence.
Okay, so there's hope. People are starting to realize that we need to work together on this.
There is, and that's a really important message to end on. This report is not just about scaring people. It's about empowering us to take action.
Right, to shape the future of AI in a way that benefits humanity.
Exactly. So, to wrap things up, the International AI Safety Report 2025 is a wake-up call. It's a call to action. It's a reminder that AI is a powerful technology with the potential to reshape our world in both positive and negative ways.
And the choices we make today will determine which path we take.
Exactly. So let's choose wisely.
Listeners, we've given you a lot to think about, but we hope this deep dive has empowered you to engage in this crucial conversation about AI safety and to make your voice heard.
The future of AI is not predetermined. It's up to all of us to shape it responsibly.
So stay informed, stay curious, and keep diving deep.
Thanks for joining us.